All right, point slope form is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Point slope is the only form where you keep the parentheses. All right? So all I have to really do is plug in. So y minus a negative 9 equals negative 1/6 x minus a negative 2. This is not finished because 2 negatives is a positive. Now I'm done. Over here, it's the same thing. Y minus a negative 5 equals 2 parentheses x minus 4. All I have to do is go back and change that to a plus. I'm done. All right, standard form. AX plus BY equals C. I have to have a positive A and no fractions. I've said it a million times. Anywhere. No fractions anywhere. All right, so I subtract 1/5 x. Negative 1/5 x plus y equals a positive 5. So now I need to change my a to make it positive, so I'm going to multiply by negative, and then I multiply by the denominator, which is 5. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 5. Negative and negative is a positive. The 5's go away, leaving me with 1x, or just x. Negative 5 times y is negative 5y. And negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. That's my standard form. All right, so AX plus BY equals C. A has to be positive. No fractions. Anywhere. Okay, so they gave me a point. They gave me slope. So I need to start with point slope. So y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Now I plug in my information. Y minus a negative 4, so y plus 4, equals 4/3 x plus 3. Okay, so this is in point slope. I want it in standard, so I need to multiply out. So this is 4/3 x. 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 3 is positive 4. Subtract 4. Y equals 4/3 x plus 0, right? This is now slope intercept. Okay, I subtract 4/3 x. Those go away, leaving me with negative 4/3 x plus y. If there's nothing over there, that's 0. Now, I need to multiply everything. So my a, I need to turn to positive, so I'm going to multiply by negative, and then that denominator is 3. Negative and negative is positive. The 3's go away, leaving me with 4x. Negative 3 times y is negative 3y, and negative 3 times 0 is 0. All right, so standard, ax plus by equals c. A has to be positive. No fractions. All right, so if I'm given 2 points, the first thing I can do is find slope. So m equals 5 minus 2 over 2 minus 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So my slope is 3. I'm going to use the point 1, 2. I have a point. I have slope, so I'm going to do point slope. You can come in, Riley. So y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Y minus 2 equals 3x minus 1. Okay, so this is now in point slope. Okay, so now 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. I add 2. y equals 3x minus 1. That's now slope-intercept. And then now to put it into standard, I subtract 3x. What are you looking for, honey? Oh, it's under there. It fell. So this is negative 3, and then the scissors are on my desk. Negative 3x plus y equals negative 1. Now, I don't have any fractions, but I do need to make a positive. So I multiply everything by negative 1. Multiplying by negative 1 is the same thing as just changing all the signs. So 3x minus y equals 1. Done. All right. The time in hours it takes to travel varies inversely. So I see this inversely. I highlight. First of all, y always varies. So y varies with x. Okay? So I should have a y equals and an x equals. Y is time. It's the first thing it told me. The second thing they tell me is rate. So x is going to be rate. Now I write my inverse equation. Y equals k over x. Okay. Suppose it takes 4 hours. Hours is time, so 4. To reach your destination when you drive 50 miles per hour. Rate is x, so 50 miles an hour. K divided by x, opposite of dividing is multiplying. So k equals 200. I now take k and plug it in there. So y equals 200 over x. Now I'm done with this and this. So they want to know how long it will take if I'm driving 80 miles per hour. Remember, 80 miles per hour is your rate. So I'm going to plug in 80 for x. And then I can just plug that straight into my calculator and make it equal to 2.5, 2.5 hours. Remember, we're not going to keep that one a fraction because you wouldn't say 5/2 hours. You'd say 2.5 hours. All right, this one varies directly. So remember, y always varies directly with x. So y equals x equals. The first thing they talk about is his salary in dollars. So dollars. The second, so directly with the number of hours he works. So this is going to be hours. Okay, so it's a direct variation. So I'm going to go ahead and write y equals kx. Okay, so Henry works 40 hours per week. Hours is my x. And he earns 740. Y is my money, so 740. Divide both sides by 40. K equals 18.5. You could also turn this into, you can math bracket, which honestly I would, and turn that into 37 halves. Okay, so now I take my K and I plug it in up here. That's my equation. So my equation is y equals 37 halves x, or y equals 18.5x. Okay, now it asks me what's his earnings after 18 hours. Hours is an x, so I'm just going to plug in right here. So y equals 37 halves 18 hours. Once again, I put that in my calculator, times it by 18. He should make $333. All right. The table shows the density factor of water, whatever. Okay. So construct a scatter plot for the table above. Okay. So we need to go ahead and make our table. I wish I had a paper copy of this right now. I think I do. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so if we need to make a scatter plot, I go to my calculator. I go to stat. I'm going to edit my list. I go up to L2, I clear, push down. L1 clear, push down. Okay, my x values were 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. My y values were 28.93, 28.79, 28.6, 28.36, and 28.08. Okay, now I go to stat. So if I want to look at the correlation, I can actually put my stat plot on real quick. So if it's off, turn it on. And now I can look at the graph, remember? And we need to make sure you go to your y equals, clear everything out. I always forget. So you can go to your table now that your stat plot is on, and you can zoom 9. So if I'm looking at this, remember slope and correlation are similar. It's going downhill, so I know it's going to be a negative slope. Now, even if you forgot how to do that, when you write the linear regression equation, you should still be able to know, because I go stat, calc, 4, which is lin reg, enter, 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 enter. Okay, so this would be y is equal to negative 0.11, right? That 6 pops that 0 up, x plus 28.9. The 7 is going to get bumped up 8. So y equals negative 0.11x plus 28.98. So once again, if you forgot how to graph it on your equation, couldn't you just see that the slope is negative? Therefore, the correlation has to be negative as well. All right, and then part C says use the linear model to estimate the density factor of 7 degrees. So 7 degrees, if I look up here, temperature is in degrees Celsius. So these were my x values. So I just need to plug in 7 for my x right here. And I just plug that in my calculator exactly as I see it. So second quit, negative 0. Oops, I did exactly wrong. Negative 0.11 parentheses 7 plus 28.98. Oh, I don't know why I graphed, sorry. Second quit. Enter. 28.21. So this would be 28.21, the density of water. Okay, so 28.21. All right, select one of the questions. I already talked about these. I think I wrote it out pretty self-explanatory. So just look at the answer key for that one. The variable x and y vary directly. If they vary directly, I immediately write y equals kx. So x is 2, y is 4. Divide both sides by 2, k equals 2. So write an equation that relates x and y. So I take the fact that k is 2 and plug it back in here. So y equals 2x. B says find the value of y when x is 8. So I take the equation and I just plug in the fact that I know x is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So y equals 16. All right, this one's inversely. If I see inversely, I immediately write y equals k over x. So x is 6, y is 5. So I start by multiplying both sides by 6. K equals 30. So now I take the fact that k is 30 and I plug it back to my equation. So my equation is y equals 30 over x. So then now they want me to, so I use this equation and I plug in that x is 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So y equals 3.